Do we say about this or not? That's the question. I am honestly not sure. I still don't think we should tell her about her father if it comes
Perfect
up.
timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Aceles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Any leads on who might have committed the attacks?
Actually, I'm still gathering some intel. Let me get back to you.
Do what you have to. We'll be here.
Oh no, they're gonna make me... Oh no. I'm not telling her about her father. That would be such a shit move, I think. Like, regardless, like, I think that would just crush her even more if she knew the actual, like, truth, so...
So, did you turn up anything on the attacks?
Well, I'm glad your fucking burgers were nice, Kara, okay? It was a man named... I mean, it technically was Orleans. It technically was him. Faye was in a cell, so technically he did all the legwork, so... It was a man named Dr. Reginald Orleans. He perpetrated the attacks.
Orleans? Reginald Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
You knew Orleans?
Oh yeah. Both work for UC Defense Research.
You better be sorry.
Different departments, but everyone knew Orleans. Had a mean eye for weapons tech. And a meaner temper. Wasn't exactly a surprise when he fled instead of standing trial after the colony war. But finding out he's taken up mass murder in the years since, that is a shock. You're sure about this?
Oh, I'm sure. So you don't believe me? Well, I'm having pasta tonight, so...
Didn't say that. Just surprised to find out my former colleague is now dropping alien predators into unsuspecting cities. Just want to make sure we've got the right man. You're certain?
Positive. The evidence on its way to the cabinet as we speak. I'm sure.
I don't know much about Orleans, but anyone with a sick mind like that needs to be tried for his crimes and then dealt with appropriately.
Well...
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orleans now? Are you able to bring him in?
The guy tried to kill me. The last mistake he ever made, though.
I see. It would have been good to be able to question him, but I've been in those situations. I'm sorry you had to go through it. Any idea why he might have done it? Or what he was doing with the plant?
It's just like a never-ending lie now. We can never tell the truth. Fuck it hell. Not sure, never found a confession.
I can't imagine the amount of work it took to deploy the Lazarus plant off-world. Strange to go to all that trouble and not state your reasons.
Yeah, I know, right?
The man knew how to hold a grudge. I wouldn't be shocked if this was him getting back at the UC for trying to put him on trial.
I guess. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I agree.
So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss.
Oh no, no, no,
This
no.
might be our
Not at
last
all.
opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs.
What kind of risks are there if we decide to bring back the Achilles?
Asylees aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly.
Well, that's their
But they've
problem.
already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the Terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the
Well, it's more
Lazarus
natural.
plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Asylees, we're at least dealing with known risks.
Exactly, like you're dealing with known risks. They're more of a natural predator. They're not fucking some sort of genetic modified microbe that's going to wipe out, you know, an entire planet, so... So both approaches to clearing out worlds are effective against heat leeches. I mean, true, that's a valid option too, Caro. That's a valid option.
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Asylees seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
What? 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 An open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti. What? What the fuck was that? Sorry, I've got to hear that again.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment.
And the Asylees seem...
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
What the fuck? Angry spaghetti. Angry fucking spaghetti. Wow. Nice. It's because they heard us talking about pasta, that's why it is. Which method of dealing with the Terramorphs are you two leaning towards then?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math, and a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in, see if they have a preference.
I don't think there's anything else on my mind. Let's hit in there, I guess.
And here we go.
Yeah, well, it didn't give me the option to say that her dad was the culprit, but I am, you know, kind of leaning against it just in case things end badly. I'm leaning of the route of what they don't know can't hurt you kind of deal. You know what I mean? I guess. Okay. Here we fucking go. Last time we were here, there was a Terramorph attack downstairs. Let's pray nothing like that happens.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct. It was a deliberate attack.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orles commit these attacks, Captain?
Yes, it was.
That appears to be the case, ma'am. The captain tracked that information down just after our trip to Londinian.
Reginald Orlace? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orlace might have been involved in the attacks?
What are you suggesting?
Only that it would have been preferable if you'd managed to find him before he murdered UC citizens.
I mean, true.
Now, are you going to answer the question for me or not? Did you already suspect Orlace?
Hands up, don't fucking shoot, okay? No idea. I honestly thought we were just dealing with a known criminal. That is my true belief.
Well, it appears you are ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orlace triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply heroin.
Indeed.
I thought you said heroin then.
Preferable for him to have finally faced
What the fuck?
UC's justice. It seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Let's. What sort of measures will the UC be taken to protect the Lazarus plant?
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy.
Oh, does it now?
But
Okay.
will ensure its growth is contained. That access to the plant is only permitted
Hi, Banana.
via highly
Lori.
regulated clearances, and that our troop presence on Londinian is increased.
Agreed. That's the right call. I believe that's the right call.
I'm glad you think so. So then, to our final topic. The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
No, another decision.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
I agree.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise.
Oh,
but
here we
we'd
go.
like to know your take on the matter.
I still had questions about the methods, to be honest. I really did.
Please, ask.
Who exactly is doing all the work, deploying whichever method we choose here?
The responsibilities will be spread across multiple branches of the UC. Research and day-to-day administration will be handled by a new group under the Science Division. All diplomatic concerns and coordination will fall to Chief Yassine and Interstellar Affairs. But most
Okay.
of the actual on-the-ground work, that'll be handled by the Vanguard.
Will other factions have any roles to play in the cleanup?
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled systems, informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan to prevent what happened on New Atlantis from happening elsewhere. Thus far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. The spirit of mutual cooperation displayed between the UC and the Freestar Collective in managing the Terramorph data set a good tone for the work we're doing, Captain. We expect we'll hit some resistance, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks to ensure the program's widespread success.
What are the chances, really, that this microbe could, you know, cause problems to humans and other species, though?
Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero, yet you still attended. Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address if we decide to take this approach, as I believe we should.
What are the dangers of bringing back the Aseelas?
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Aseelis are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators. The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Aseelis are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could
But
to accelerate
safest.
that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one.
Oh, I guess I don't have any more questions.
Very well. Then did you have a preference on the method we should deploy?
I don't like the idea of the microbe. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like these sealers would be safer. So I'm going to vote the sealers.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
You dislike everything, lady, so
There's
you
no
ain't got to
sight
say.
of the plan.
Okay?
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today,
Money?
we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
What does that even
Thank you,
mean?
ma'am.
What is a Class 1 citizen? Exactly.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is...
We get a
very
penthouse?
impressive.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you.
You all have earned it.
Hell yeah.
Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Hell fucking yes. 14,000 credits. Complete a Legacy Forged and a Steam achievement. Hell yes.
But those eclipse apocalyptic mercenaries? The factions use them sometimes. Freestar Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those mercenaries.
Quick, time to run on the table. Hell yes. Hi.
Can I help? Bye.
Hi. Hell yes. Now what do we do? It's like, hello? There wasn't activity, wasn't there? Select your new ship. That was whatever. Commander Tuller. Okay. Okay, we need to go down the lift, which is over here.